Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Topic Time with Harris and Young. It's hard to believe, but spring is just a month away, and it's still nice out there. This winter has been amazing, and well, guess what? Tonight we have a couple of local gentlemen here, and believe it or not, they're also underwriters to the show, and we're going to start by reading them, and then we're going to talk to them, and we got a few other underwriters, and then we'll get the show underway officially. So here we go. We got Easton Fitness in the Village Shops right here in Northeastern, in Suite 5, and these are the guys who represent it. We got T Martini and Sun Floor Covering in Abington, when no job is too big or too small. We got Smoking Ashes Tobacco Company and Abington News in Abington, and they're opening a new store called Sesh Wellness and Accessories in East Bridgewater. No phone up yet. We got PC Guys, sales, repair, upgrades in Northeastern, here in Northeastern. Dayne DeRusso will take care of all those needs. We got Beach Charm Gift Shop, Beach Charm Gift Shop in East Bridgewater. We got John's Greenhouses and Florist Shop in Brockton. We got Shovel Shop Spirits right here in Easton, beer, wine, and liquor, and we got Brayton Tire Service in Brockton. I want to thank you guys very much. Now we will start the show officially. Here we go. Yeah, okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Topic Time with Harris and Young. So I have a couple of gentlemen here. You can see this large man over here to my far right. This is Dayne Prothero. He's the owner of the Easton Fitness Gym here in Northeastern. This is his partner, Joe Frisolone, also a fairly large dude. They both work out, they train people, and it's an awesome thing because people need to be healthy and in shape, and these are the guys who get you in shape, and I'm going to talk to them tonight. And gentlemen, thank you for being on Topic Time.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is an arrangement we've made. We've been trying to get done for a couple of months. I know you had hip surgery, Joe, so you weren't able to travel too far, but you look all healed and you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I made the big trek over here now. I'm doing okay.
All right, big 5-minute trek, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so anything to help the what do you call it? The rehabilitation, exactly.
You didn't want to give me gas. You didn't want to give me gas money, so I made him walk. So.
Yeah, oh, good for you. Yeah, he's got a little wind burn, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. All right. Well, Dayne, let's talk to you first. You know,
okay.
then because you're the one I touched base with originally.
Sure.
Well, tell me something. Tell me a little about you. How'd you get into bodybuilding? How long you been doing it? Where'd you grow up? And then I'll throw in the questions as I see fit.
Sure. I would say bodybuilding is maybe 10% of what got me into fitness.
Okay. What were the other 90%?
Well, I started off as an athlete, so that's where I started.
Okay, an athlete?
Yep.
What kind of athlete?
I played soccer right here for Oliver Ames.
Okay, so you're an Easton guy, born and bred.
Kind of. It's a long story, but
ahead.
From 7th grade to graduation of high school was an Easton kid.
Okay.
So soccer for all 4 years there. And then right after graduation of high school, I started training my first clients for the YMCA right next door.
Okay.
And that was sort of where I took the leap from being just an athlete to wanting to train athletes, and then to working with general population to help them improve their health. So
okay, true. Yep.
So and that's what we do now.
Right. Okay, well, Joe, tell me about yourself. Where were you from? Where'd you grow up? And how did you guys connect originally?
Well, I grew up in Seekonk, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And Dayne and I met at the Anytime Fitness that used to be over at Five Corners at Shaw's Plaza.
Okay, yeah, there's a few of them.
2012 or so is when we met. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he's 30 years my junior. A lot of trainers in this business don't stick around, and I noticed.
Well, you were training yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sort of, the way I got into it, most of my life I fixed airplanes.
Okay, I used to fly them, so I can get them relate.
I'm a former fat guy, and
me too.
I lost 65 pounds between the ages of like 47 and 49 years old, and in that process, someone suggested I become a personal trainer because I have people skills and I love exercise. So I said, what the heck, I'll do that.
Okay.
Just as sort of a side job, and it just sort of kept going from there.
Okay, and where did you do the training?
Well, at Anytime Fitness until it
Oh,
closed.
okay. So you were training people at Anytime Fitness, where was it?
In Easton.
Oh, that was Easton. Okay, right on the Five Corners.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and that's where you and Dayne met.
Yes.
And well, were you training Dayne at the beginning?
No, we were just two people working for
working
the
out.
owners of the gym.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, so you guys were both training at the time.
Yeah, real simple. The way our relationship really blossomed is he's from Hawaii. He was going to
no kidding.
Hawaii, and
That's where you were before 7th grade?
No, more prior than that, but
Okay, Hawaiian. Cool. All right, never knew that, but go on.
so anyway, he was going to Hawaii, and one of the downsides to this business is if you go on vacation, two things happen. One is you take a week off and you don't get paid, and two is that vacation costs you money.
Right.
So it's kind of a double whammy. So what I said to him was, listen, while you're away, let me train your clients, and then you keep the money. That way you still get paid. And then when I go away for a week, you do the same for me.
Sounds good.
And we just became sort of friends out of that. You know,
Oh, that's great.
It's a real unique relationship because I'm older than his parents.
Okay.
But
That must be two
but
then.
we treat each other like friends. Well,
Okay.
you're actually older than his grandmother, but we'll
Yeah.
go over that another day. You know?
Okay,
So that's kind of how we met and how it got started.
that is awesome. Okay. Well, now you actually did train people right here at the Y?
I did, yeah.
You did, and this
Yep.
was how long ago?
Well, I started 10 years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Right.
2010?
Right out of high school, I went to Massasoit for college, and
Okay.
then at nights I would train
What'd you major in there?
architectural design.
Okay.
Yep.
And in a way, when you think about it, bodybuilding is a form of architecture as well.
Sure, it is.
It's
Yeah.
it's the most
In a way.
it's the most basic form.
Yep.
And you've obviously done quite well with it. Okay, so now how did you end up when did you start Easton Fitness? How long ago?
Easton Fitness was formed out of our original company, which was called Medicine Ball Mania.
Okay.
When Joe and I met at Easton Fitness,
You
when
mean
we,
at any time?
yeah, sorry, at Anytime
Okay.
Fitness in Easton, like he said, we would cover each other's clients, and very quickly we just got comfortable sharing clients together. So, for example, if I had a really full schedule
Yeah.
and I couldn't bring in any more clients, I would just say, hey, you're going to go work out in Joe's group tonight. And that's sort of how
Oh,
our
that's
group
great.
exercise classes blossomed.
Okay.
And we do this program called Medicine Ball Mania, where we take medicine balls of different weights, and we do all these different types of throws with them.
Okay. With all your clients, right?
With most of the clients.
Most of
Some clients need more help developing the hand-eye coordination for it.
Okay.
And some clients can just go right into it. It depends on their
Okay. So basically,
ability.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it's obvious that you feel that using a medicine ball is a very important part of physical training. I mean, I don't know if that's something that most trainers use. Obviously, you do, but that's
No,
your
it's
preference.
pretty unique to us.
It is.
It's
Okay.
pretty unique to us. And we only know that because you can go on YouTube and see everything in the world.
Yeah.
And there's not anything we've ever found
Right.
of people working with medicine balls the way we do it. Candidly, a lot of times what trainers do is they use medicine balls like in a physical therapy environment where you do wood chops and things like that.
Yeah.
We just sort of figured out over time that you can have a very fun workout, burn a lot of calories by rolling them, by throwing them, by bouncing them, by planking on them, all these different things that we do.
Yeah.
And we incorporate that into other workouts such as, standard resistance training.
Yeah.
And we call that mixing rubber and metal. Obviously, medicine balls are rubber,
Right.
metal being the weights. And people really like it. It's a great workout. It's
And it is
truly,
great at physical
truly
therapy
unique.
too. In 2012, I got about a sciatica, and when I went to physical therapy, the guy that was helping me had me kick a medicine ball, or had me hold one up and pull my leg up at the same
Sure.
time, and I felt instant relief. So
Yep. Yeah.
So
it's a great
that's why they
piece.
call it a medicine ball.
Yeah, it's a great piece of functional training equipment,
Right.
which is what we mostly train our clients with. We don't preach or use stabilized machines a lot. We make use of well, you've been in the gym. You've seen we push sleds and we pull ropes
Straps
with
and
kettlebells
bands,
tied
things
to
like
them,
that. Right.
and we use resistance bands of all different resistance weights. And
Okay, right. I've seen the gym, and you got a very good collection of equipment, and that includes the aerobic stuff too.
Yeah, we have a
Okay.
great selection of aerobics equipment from Matrix Fitness.
Right.
And then also all the selectorized machines you could ever need, and the free weight section is great too.
Right. It's certainly a nice area too. Great to to be. Now I looked at your Facebook page today, Dayne, and I saw one. I actually shared a picture of you. Look, you were outside and it looked like there was a woman jogging about maybe 60 feet behind you. Were you training her?
Yeah, so
Okay.
so behind the plaza that we're in is a pretty steep hill,
Right, okay.
and when it's nice
Where the
out,
post office is? Or behind the post office?
directly
Or the bank?
behind our plaza.
Oh, right, okay. That's the same, right. And then-
Adjacent to the post office.
Adjacent to it,
Right.
right, I got it, yep.
So the back parking lot kind of does one of these things.
Right.
So we go out there and we take some of our equipment out there and we just have a blast with fresh air.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
whenever we can.
Even in the winter if it's nice out.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
well,
be
you
careful.
know.
It's spring and summer, and
Right.
the fun part of this whole thing, and when people are new,
Yeah.
we tell them that we're taking them out to the woodshed.
Okay.
And so it has a connotation that you're going to go
I
out
know,
there
you're
and
gonna
get a
get
beating.
spanked, yeah.
But the truth is, there is a woodshed out there for, Corfinio uses wood for their oven.
I know, I eat
so
there all the time.
there really is a woodshed out there.
Okay,
so,
wow, that is. It's
so-
amazing how everything sort of interacts in the village plaza, the village shops. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's perfect for us because
Right.
when Anytime Fitness closed on us, we took our clients and we built a little gym for ourselves for about 4 months until we moved into our first location.
Oh yeah, where was your other location before you moved?
Our first location was literally Joe's garage,
Oh, no kidding.
attached
Also in Easton?
right next to his
Yeah.
house.
Okay, cool.
And so we got really clever on how to exercise all these clients in a very confined space.
That is clever because let's face it, if you're doing something like that, they might say you're not zoned for it if you're doing it in a residence. Although there's no,
Right.
I mean, I'll put it this way: if you're operating a business out of your house, there are some laws that might apply to zoning. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're totally aloof for those now where you are
Right.
in the village shops.
Right.
So
It was only a temporary transition piece.
Of course.
It happened to be a freestanding garage that was completely finished, upstairs, downstairs, 2 bays. So
Like a loft?
it was a good sized garage.
Yeah. Right.
The actual upstairs was literally wired for treadmills, which is a little bit different amperage than a standard wiring would be in a house.
Okay.
And that was done by the people prior to us. So it was just a transition. The truth is, when Anytime Fitness closed, which was May of 2016,
Okay.
we had a decision to make. And
2015.
No, 2016.
16?
Yep.
Okay.
So I could go back to fixing airplanes, and he could go back to doing whatever. And one day I brought him over to my garage, and I just said, look, we can do something in this place. Between us, we got 40 plus clients. We have a little business. Let's give this a try and see what happens. He happens to have a father who's like the world's greatest carpenter. So they kind of
Okay.
turned my garage. We emptied the garage out, and I mean, everything came out, rakes,
Okay.
everything came out of there. And he and his dad kind of made it like the California closet of gyms. I mean, it was
Okay.
really well done. It wasn't unprofessional at all.
Of course, but then again, a garage is only so big. If you're trying to train a lot of people, you still need few more cubic feet.
You'd be surprised. We'd have no problem having 12 people in there between upstairs and downstairs.
Oh, okay,
working.
that's great.
It really worked. You could ask the
Well,
clients.
that way you can save on rent money. But who would have found you when you were in your garage?
Well, right. It was never meant to be permanent. It was
Right.
temporary.
Yep,
And
yep.
3 months later, 4 months later, we were at Easton Village
Easton
Shops in Unit 2 at the time.
Right. Now you're in 5. You've moved
Now
up
Unit
3 units.
Yep.
So tell me about. Listen, I'm curious about how did you get into fixing airplanes originally? Because that's.
I just always loved airplanes. So coming right out of high
Were you a
school.
pilot license? Did you get a pilot's license too, or just keep on the ground?
I'm a certificated pilot. I haven't been active since '83
Okay, man. I did.
because I didn't want to fix and fly at the same time. It's not like
So
a
you
good
did.
idea.
Oh, so you have soloed before?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
me
yeah,
too. I did it in '77 when I graduated high school. You probably weren't even born yet.
No,
So
not even
there you
close.
go. I figured your timeline seems pretty. And you're a little younger than I am too.
Not by much. I graduated high school in '79. So.
Right, that's right, but a couple of years. So, and that was also from Easton, or you from? Oh,
No,
Seacon.
Seacon. Yeah, Seacon,
I
yeah.
like saying it like a pig snort. Seacon. Couldn't resist that one. Me and a friend of mine used to do that. Who lived in North Attleboro. We used to go down there. But that's cool. That's a great little town, north of the Rhode Island border.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me something. Now Dayne, you're a big guy. Just give me a ballpark figure of what your workout program consists of.
Personally?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay, so my real passion is in strength athletics.
Right, I can see that.
So I really enjoy strength training for like strongman competitions and
Yep.
powerlifting.
Okay.
But then I also mix that with.
And you've competed in them, right?
I have, yeah.
In one?
No. Well,
Okay.
yes, but not any show that I'd feel comfortable bragging
All
about.
right, that's fine. But at least you're in it, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but then also I really challenge my cardio. I work out with a group of guys at our gym.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays.
Yep.
And that's where I get my fitness in too.
Okay, so right, exactly. So that way, you get the best of all worlds. How much can you bench?
Right now I'm in the 350 range.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, my brother's a weightlifter from way back. He's 56 now, my younger brother, and he started working out with the weights that I abandoned. Years later, I started where I got back into it, and I'm pretty fit, and of course I may have mentioned to you I'm also a vegan.
Sure.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's you guys probably aren't vegans.
No.
No, we like steak.
Yeah, I like steak too, but I mean, I prefer meat. I eat a lot of fake meats.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I just feel, I feel pretty good, 60 and a half almost now, and I've seen, I would recommend that lifestyle to anybody, just only because I have to admit I care about animals, and I know that I know that there's good things about being a vegan that take hold in the long run. The longevity factor, you can live,
Yep.
live a long life.
Sure.
Eating meat, sometimes that has, personal health. I actually lost, in 1982, I actually became a vegetarian, and after having been kind of, plump and, porky for many years since my childhood, I lost about 15 inches on my waist, and I gained muscle tone
That's
within
great.
a 4-month span in '82.
Yeah, you were on the leading edge of that because back then nobody was.
Well, it was just starting
right,
out. The
you're on the leading
vegetarian
edge of that,
movement
yeah.
has started to take hold in '82. But here's the thing, many years earlier, I always felt bad about animals being slaughtered, but I used to think that people couldn't live well without eating meat.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody told me, back in 1970 when I was going to camp on the Cape 50 years ago, somebody said you should try it anyway. I think you'd be happy with it. And it finally kicked in '82 because I was living with my grandfather, and he was old, but he was pretty healthy. But he had a heart attack one night, and I think a lot of it was because of his diet. He ate a lot of red meat, and he ate a lot of lobster too. But nobody eats lobster unless it's doused with butter usually.
True.
You can't make it taste
Right.
good if it,
Right.
Yep.
Whereas I don't eat any of that. I pretty much eat olives, and I actually do eat a pound of chocolate every day in my smoothies with hemp protein.
Yep.
And stuff like
Yep.
that. So how important, now that having been said, what I want to know is, I know you like meat, you're not a vegetarian, neither of you are vegetarians, but how important do you think a diet, do you make a diet up for your clients and yourself that you follow religiously?
For
And I
ourselves.
mean that, I say that loosely when I say religiously. I mean without, which doesn't mean you don't cheat every now and then, but,
Oh, of course.
right.
I'll go first. So.
Go ahead.
Yes and no. So I'm not as strict as I should be on a diet.
Okay,
I'm working on it, just like all of us are.
right.
We did bring on a dietitian, so
Oh, you did?
yep, her name's Carly. She owns New England Nutrition Advisors. And
Okay.
she's awesome if you have anyone that needs help
Sure.
fixing their diet.
We'll keep that in mind, absolutely.
Because she's a food scientist. We just think about food as being delicious.
It's
So
delicious and fuel.
you're right,
Right.
exactly. So
Yep.
so she thinks it as purely as, okay, here, what's your lifestyle, and then how do I incorporate food into that?
Okay.
Versus what's your lifestyle? I don't care about it. This is what you have to eat when you have to eat it, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
So she's helped me refine my diet down.
Okay,
A
good.
lot.
So, okay. Now she comes to the gym and talks to the clients too?
Yep, yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, her business is based right inside our gym.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So her base
It's
is your
very
base.
helpful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very helpful, very beneficial, because you can combine the food component, which is really where you're going with all this, with the exercise. You put those two together, and you're gonna have a healthy lifestyle.
Exactly true.
You can't control more than that. That's what you can control. You can control what you eat.
Yep.
You can control your exercise, and the rest of your health is in God's hands. That's how I look at it.
That's absolutely right. I don't suppose she's a vegan.
I don't think that she is. No.
I don't think so. Okay. No, I mean, I wouldn't mind having her on the show too, talking about nutritional
Yep.
things and pros and cons about being a vegan and not being a vegan and has she ever said anything to you guys about eating things that you thought were really healthy that she said were not, and that was shocking? I'm just wondering, because sometimes you hear things about foods that you love, you think, oh, this is great to eat, and then all of a sudden you hear that it's terrible.
Sure. Well, one of the things that she teaches people right off the bat is you look at the nutrition label, and if the sugar is more than protein and fiber added together,
Okay.
it's bad for you.
It's a rule of
and there's
thumb.
there's tons of healthy products out there
That's
that when you
right.
do that math, like, holy cow, that don't work. The math doesn't work.
Yep. Right.
Many times. So the food companies are going to market this stuff, and Americans are going to buy it. I mean, Americans. I mean, I could talk about this topic for a long time. Americans, so many of us eat just based on taste, not based on fuel. And people get mad at me when I say, but food is fuel.
It is.
Don't get me wrong. I like beer and chicken
Everybody
wings
knows
just like
that.
everybody.
Right.
But I eat healthy 85% of the time because food is fuel. And nowadays you can eat healthy and it has good taste. You can definitely do it.
I know, I'm doing it.
Yeah, you can definitely do it.
Okay, that is absolutely right. Okay, So that's definitely applies. That you've heard stories about food that you thought was great, and then you find out
Sure.
it's not. Okay, so how when it comes to now so you have Kylie go over the nutritional aspects with your clients, and then you coagulate the workout with that based on that, like certain amount of carbohydrates. For a certain amount of workouts, for certain equipment, is that how it works?
The way it really works is when a client or member comes in and they inquire about personal training,
Yeah.
we do our job.
Yep.
And then we try to plug Carly as best as we can, because we know that the combination of the two is where they're going to get the best result.
Yeah.
And she does the same thing for us. Now, she owns her own business within our building, per
Right.
se. So she's getting her own referrals too from doctors.
Right,
And so,
okay.
and so are we. So we let her do her job,
Yep.
and we do our job.
Okay.
And we communicate together. She's under guidelines from HIPAA, so she cannot share what she communicates with her patients
Okay.
with us. But we talk with our clients all the time about what's for dinner.
Right. Okay.
You know, how are you doing so far? Are you going the right way? Is there anything we can help you with? So we work together, but
Right.
we also are good at giving each other space.
Exactly. That's important. What about supplements? You guys use supplements?
No,
No supplements.
I use a product called Juice Plus.
Okay.
So technically, it is a
He
supplement,
drinks a plant-based protein.
Oh,
Actually.
good. Okay.
It's a plant-based
I
protein.
do too.
for-
So I can really. That's great.
but it's really food. It's not. I wouldn't
Right.
call it a
No,
supplement.
I understand.
Right,
No.
it is food. Yeah.
No, I know. I guess because nowadays you can get supplements that are real food.
Yes.
I mean, it's true. I mean, you can. I make when I make my smoothies, I get real, raw cocoa. And I add fruit.
Yep.
The strawberries, blueberries. I used to add bananas, but then someone told me that bananas are actually hot. So here's something I never knew. I never liked bananas. Number one, because they go bad very quick. But what I found out is that they're high in sugar, and coconut water has way more potassium than bananas. And you don't even
does,
taste
yeah.
it. Yeah. I mean, you buy a banana at 10 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 it could be bruised already, even if you
Yeah,
have
but having said that, the thing about a banana is eating a banana before you go to the gym, for example, will give you energy. So
So
it
coconut
depends what
water.
you're trying to do. So coconut
Yeah,
water,
that's what I'm saying. And you get more potassium, which is, I know, important. Which is a very important, probably. I mean, based on what I've heard, it's probably the most important ingredient in terms of getting up. That's not protein that for getting up for a workout. Would you agree with that? Potassium.
Well, I don't know if
It's an essential electrolyte
It is,
for
yeah.
sure. Whether it's the most important or not, I
Well, one
couldn't
of them.
really shed
Yeah.
light on that. You know.
Okay.
That's what Carly's there for.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, yeah, that's cool. All right, so what exactly? How many people have you trained now regularly? Do you think on average since you opened the gym here?
Well, the better way to look at it is what's our consistent client base? It's about around 100 clients right now.
Wow,
that are in
that's
the person.
good.
It's a very busy schedule.
Yep.
There's 3 trainers, myself, Dayne, and a lady named Joanne,
Okay.
that keep ourselves very busy.
Right.
Now, that doesn't speak to the whole membership. The whole membership is bigger than that, but not all members are personal training clients.
Okay, some of them just like to come to work out.
It's public gym. Yep.
It is.
Come
Yeah,
to
it's just
your
a
own
regular-
thing. Yep.
Okay, so when somebody comes into the gym, it's you let them know that personal trainers are available to them, and then it's up to them to decide whether they want to deploy you guys or just work out on their own. Correct?
Right. We have sort of an indoctrination with people.
Okay.
We kind of explain to them what the gym is and how different we are and how we separate us from other gyms.
Right.
And we have a personal training business, as well as if you want to come in and do your own workouts, here you go. Here's our hours of operation.
Yep.
Here's your key fob. You can come every day of the year and work out. And then some people want personal training and other people don't.
Don't want
It's
it.
just
I
that
understand.
simple, yeah.
So Dayne, we're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
Okay.
So tell me a little about what you look going forward. Do you have any, Ironman not Ironman, but strongman competitions coming up in the near future this year?
No, right now I'm just a fan of the sport, and I
Okay.
enjoy training as if I were to be competing soon.
Okay, sure.
I think it's important to set goals for yourself and strive for them. Otherwise, you're kind of just trying to. Well, it's good too to just exercise just for the sake of exercise too, to stay healthy.
That's absolutely right.
But for someone like me who's got that competitive edge to themselves, it's important for me to set goals.
Okay, right.
But as far as competing, I don't have anything planned for this year. I'm just a fan of
Okay.
the sport.
So what have you competed in, though? I mean, what kind of? Just tell me a little about the competitions that you've competed in, then we'll do the final farewells and wrap up the show.
Competitions range from anything from just a group of people in a local gym to.
I know. What do you do? Like push barrels over?
Yeah, we flip tires,
that's
we
what
push
I mean.
sleds, we pull trucks.
Okay.
I mean, I've pulled dump trucks before.
Okay. Pull boats with your teeth like Jack LaLanne used to?
No, I like keeping my teeth.
I got you. Well, he kept his.
But we do all kinds of stuff. It's the sport of strongman is just all about lifting as much weight as you possibly can, as many times in a certain amount of time. So.
Okay. Okay. Just curious, where were these competitions held that you partook in?
All over the place, but majority of them in New England.
Oh, New England. So did you actually go all over the country and participate,
You
even
can
outside
if you
the
want.
country?
I haven't. I've stayed regional.
Okay.
But for example, in a couple of weeks, I'll be traveling to Ohio to watch the Arnold Classic Strongman.
Okay.
Which is sort of
so you're
like,
just going to be a spectator for
yep,
that?
just a fan. Yep.
What if somebody says, "Why don't you come out? You look like you could compete with the best."
It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way.
These guys are. It's like going to the World Series.
I understand.
It's not an invitation.
You can't, you can't
have to qualify.
You just come off the sand lot and say, "I'll get in and pinch hit for Joe Carter next."
Right.
Year.
They do have an amateur competition that you can qualify for. Again, you have to qualify, and if you win that, you get an automatic entry into the pro next year.
And you've done that, right?
No, I've not.
Okay. Well, you think you might ever?
It's not one of my goals, but if it becomes one of my goals one day,
that's right.
I'll definitely
you don't want to keep closed-minded to the possibility.
Right.
You want to keep open-minded.
That's true.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I hope you had fun with me tonight. I hope we covered as much as the way we do on Topic Time.
Awesome.
If you have any shout-outs you want to give to people before you wrap the show up, go for it real quick, and then we'll how we do it at the end.
Hi, Mom.
Thanks for your time. Much appreciated.
Oh, that's to me. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Yeah, Jen, it was great. And just so you guys know, my parents who are in their 80s are still working out. They may actually stop in at the gym. We're local too. They may want to deploy you of your services.
Good.
They work out at some gym next to Shaw's in Brockton, but I don't think they're quite happy there.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee it, but
That's
I
all right.
told them about you and they seemed impressed.
Send them down.
All right, you ready to wrap it up?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, folks, thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next time. Here we go.
You were kidding about the music.
Wasn't kidding.
Waiting for the doors to open.
There it is.